Hello everybody, my name is Swarna Sudha, working in Ramco Institute of Technology in the Computer Science Department. Today I am going to teach you about the decision making in Python. Okay, before going for it, we'll see what is meant by decision making. Decision making is mainly used to control the flow. Okay, so flow of execution can be controlled depending upon the condition. If the condition is true, it will execute one block of statement. If the condition is false, it will execute another block of the program. So the main concept of this decision making is based on the condition, the outcome will be there. So the flow of execution is being controlled by the condition. Okay. In Python, we have four types of decision making. One is called as if statement, if else statement, if elif ladder, and nested if. What is if statement? Here, the condition will be executed. If the condition is true, the block of the code will be executed. If the condition is false, the block of the code will not be executed. That code will be skipped. You can very well see the flowchart and understand what is if statement. If the condition is true, it will go for the block. If the condition is false, it will come out of it will not execute that block at all. This is the concept of if statement. We'll see one example. Before going for an example, we'll see the syntax of if statement. Here we have to use a keyword called as if, then condition, then colon. And inside that you have to write the block of statement which has to be executed. That is the statements. Okay. We'll see one example. Here we'll get one input from the user. If that input is equal to 2, then you have a 2 happen. That statement will be executed only if that condition is true. If the condition is false, that statement will not be executed. You can see one more example. We'll get one number from the user. If the number is greater than 0, the number will be a positive. That statement will be executed. If the condition is false, then that num positive will not be executed. Okay, this is an example for if statement. You can also observe there is one more statement called as this is always printed. That will be executed, that is outside the if block. Even that line also will be executed. So output of the statement will be that number is a positive number and also this is always printed. So inside the if condition, the statement will be executed if the condition is true. Outside the block, that statement will be always printed. This is an example of if statement. So we can also see what is if else statement. Here, there we had if the condition is true, the statement will be executed. Here, if the condition is true, one block of statement will be executed. If the condition is false, another block will be executed. See the syntax, you can clearly understand. If is the keyword, condition you have to give. If the condition is true, the body of the if will be executed. If the condition is false, else body. But both will not be executed. Even by seeing the flow chart, you can see. If the condition is true, that statement 1 will be executed. If the false, it will go for the another statement. Okay. This is how if else statement will be working. If you see one example, you will be knowing. Here to find the number is even or odd. Okay. So get the number from the user. You divide that number by a 2. If the remainder is 0, that this number will be even. Only that statement will be executed. If the number is not dividing by 0, it's not remainder is 0, then it will come to the else part where the number is odd will be executed. This is how, but one thing you have to keep in mind, both the condition, both the if and else will not be executed. Even if the condition is true, if block will be executed. If the condition will false, else block will be executed. This is an example for the if else statement. Okay. Now we'll also see a if elif ladder. If there is one condition or two condition, you can use if else. If the condition is true, one block. If it is false, another block. Suppose in your program or in your problem, you have multiple conditions between if and else, then you can use this if elif ladder. Okay, you can see the syntax here, and if the condition is true, the body of if will be. If you want to check for another condition, then you can use elif. Okay, so even in the elif, you can give the condition. In your program, you can use n number of elif statement. Okay, and if you check for all the elif condition, if you want, then you can also place the else condition. But you have to notice that here we don't have a condition in the else statement. Okay, so if none of the condition above is being satisfied, then it will come to the else part. As you all know, the condition, inside the condition you have to put a colon, that is inside the if block. Similar way, even for elif, you have to give a condition and you have to put a colon. This is the syntax for if elif ladder. So you can very well understand about the if and elif ladder seeing a flow chart. Okay, if the you will be checking the condition. If the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition is false, another condition will be checked. Okay, even that is true, statement 2, if it is that is false, you can give one more condition and check. Like this, you can have a n number of condition and you can check the condition. Based on the condition, the outcome of the program will be there. How the outcome of the flow will be there. It will be more understood if you see one example. See, this is I have printed 1 for bike, 2 for car, 3 for jeep. Okay, you have to give a choice. If you are given 1, you will be selecting a bike. If you are given a 2, you will be selecting a car. If you are given a 3, you will be selecting a jeep. Like this, based on the condition, that statement will be executed. Like this, you can add n number of condition in the else. If they are not giving 1, 2, 3, if they are giving any other number, then it will come to the else part. This is an example for a elif. You will be better understood if you understand this calculate a grade for student, because to calculate a grade above 90, above 80, above 70, like this we will be using n number of conditions. For that we can use elif. In this program, you have to enter a 5 subject, calculate the sum, calculate the average. Based on the average, you have to allot a grade for them. So you can use a n number of elif statement. See, in this I have taken 5 subject. I've added the subject and I've got an average. If the average is above 90, it is A grade. It is between 80 to 90, grade B. If it is between 70 to 80, it is grade C. Like this, you can have n number of condition. If none of the condition is being satisfied, then it will come to the else part, where you will be getting a grade F, that is fail. Like this, you can use n number of conditions in the elif statement. This is a very good example for elif ladder. Okay. So then what is meant by nested if? Okay. If the problem is more complex, if you want to place a inside one if you want to place another if statement, then it is called as a nested if. The syntax you can see, you can have one if inside if you have one more if. You will have a 2 else part, one for one if and also else. You will be better understood if you see in one example. You can see the last, I am getting the number. If the number is greater than 0, it is a you have to check. If it is not, it is a negative number. If it is equal to 0, it is printing 0. Else it is printing a positive number. So inside one if, you will be having one more if. To make you very clear about this decision making, the same program has been written using if else, if elif ladder and also nested if. I think you have understood very clearly when to use if, when to use if else, and when to use elif and when to use nested if. So within the same program, whether a number is a positive or negative, I have given an example using if else, if elif and also nested if. Thank you.